Okay, the poem I picked was actually a children's poem, one I loved when I was young. So I present to you Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends. Yep, there it is. And that's Shel Silverstein. So I guess I'll read it out loud. There is a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbird rests from its flight to cool from the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black and the dark street winds and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with the walk that is measured and slow, and watch there the chalk white arrows go to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go, for the children they mark and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends. So, that's the poem, but oh dear, what does it mean? To break it up step by step, here goes. So, there is a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins. And there, meaning where the sidewalk ends, the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and all these other good stuff. So, literally, there seems to be a sidewalk, and at the end of it, well, it's very pretty and very natural, and it's perhaps the ideal, represents the ideal. To move on, let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and the dark street winds and bends, and blah blah blah. So, basically the poem encourages people to leave the polluted cities and go where nature's still fresh. Literally, that is. But really, is that all? Of course not. If the symbolism for sidewalk and city is the creation of man that has now become polluted, the symbolism for where it ends, like where the sidewalk ends, as the untouched and unpolluted area, and the symbolism for the children is the innocent seeking an unpolluted place, then I think that, more personally, I would interpret the poem to mean this. The sidewalk and city as corruption, crime, or like the truth of society, the scum of society, the muck, and where it ends as the utopia without such bad things, atrocities, and the children, well, I think this meaning stays the same. The innocent seeking an unpolluted place. Yeah. I think everyone has had this moment in life where, well, a transition from childhood thought that the world is all benevolent to finding out that there are places not so. For me, I think it came with a shock, as if the world had been lying to me all this time. I thought things wouldn't happen to me, like bad things wouldn't happen to me ever. But, for example, until my grandfather had to have sudden heart surgery, and my grandmother found out that she had this long-kept illness, something very deathly, the notion of death was not very real to me, but now it's more tangible. Also, like, when the media talks about all these bad stuff like murder, kidnapping, and the sort, well, it wasn't very touching at first, but I had this experience where my brother's really young, he's in 3rd grade right now, my brother's best friend had an experience of kidnapping, and I think that kind of told me that I'm not unrelated to all these things happening in society right now. So, yeah. But then, such enlightenment perhaps is better not knowing, and Silverstein shares my thought when he mentions children who are not yet corrupted by such truth to leave this place and just not know about it at all. And this thought reminds me of a movie I saw. It's The Village. And, well, in it, this group of people, horrified by the truth of society, creates a utopia secluded from all of the corrupted society, and make this ideal place for their children, and their children end up growing up not knowing about the bad things in society, and well, and a very dirty world outside. It's a very interesting movie, really. So now, let's look at the poem once again. Okay. First, notice the rhymes. Like any other children's poem, the rhymes are there, and they make the poem really present overall. What's interesting is that the first two stanzas have the same sort of line, A, B, C, 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 B, A, B, C, 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 B, but the third line has a different line, like different pattern. And I think this is because the third line, if you notice these two underlined parts, the third stanza is a repeat of the second. It kind of emphasizing the message, the suggestion made in the second, and yeah, makes it stronger.
Okay, something really interesting in the first stanza is the repetition of the word "and there." So it says, "And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright." So by repeating the phrase "and there," it kind of instills a sense of excitement in the first stanza. For example, if I were to say, "At COEX there is something, and there's the bookstore, and there is the something," so I'm excited about it. So yeah, it really creates the mood of the poem. Also, the part also about sounds, there's this part where, okay, I'll read it. It says, "The grass grows soft and the sun burns crimson." So there's a lot of S sounds, and I think this creates a very smooth, relaxing kind of feeling, just like what the first part of the poem is trying to tell the people, that the utopia, that this ideal place where the sidewalk ends is relaxing, smooth, and ideal, in short.